or in the English subject. I know that when you are on your junior high, you already studied, okay, about the sentence construction or the parts of the sentence. Okay, so we can recall that these words are okay the helping verbs in sentence in this within the sentence, right? Again, if you're going to ask questions, start with did, do, would, will, should, could, have, must, is or the helping verbs. This are what we call the questions that are closed ended. Okay, so next type of question is the specific question. So the specific question is what we call also or having the specific answer. So these are the questions that are commonly have the factual answer. Okay, so we have a specific answer here. So these questions start with when, where, who, which, how much, how many, how often, or how often, right? So these are the details that are common in the what we call, for example, the story setup. When someone is going to tell you a story, these are the common questions that we can ask to them. And these are the questions what we call a specific questions, right? And then after that, we have the fourth type of question, which is the visionary question. Okay? So from the word vision, so these are the questions that we can answer about what we think can happen in the near future, right? Visionary. So these questions or the examples are what are your dreams? Okay, so you will think now what are your dreams? What do you want to be in the near future? Okay, next example is how do you see yourself 5 years from now? So I know this is very common in a job interview. Okay, this is some this is one question or these are some example questions that you can encounter from a job interview, right? So this is what we call the visionary question. So to generalize the types of question that we can ask to effective communication, those are first the open-ended question, we have closed-ended question, a specific question, and the visionary question, right? So we have to remember that asking question is a skill that we have to nurture to effective communication. Next, we have here the fourth one, being clear and succinct. Okay, the being clear and succinct. So when you are speaking, we have or you have to be clear, articulate, and concise. Remember, clear, articulate, and concise. Clear. This is what I told you last time, the clear message. So you have to think about or you have to consider about your verbal communication. Okay? Your tone of voice. How will you deliver your message? The proper intonation, the proper pronunciation, the proper accent if it is needed, okay? And also, uh, you have to know how to say and what to say, okay? So here we have here the word also succinct. When we say succinct, it's briefly and clear expressed. So your message should be clear and succinct. It should be brief, okay? Briefly delivered, right? Being succinct is also being an articulate one. When we say articulate, it's having or showing the ability to speak fluently and coherently. Okay, we have to be fluent on the language that we chose to have. Okay, we chose to deliver. If you chose English language, you have to be fluent with it. You have to speak English from the beginning until the end. When you chose Filipino language, that is our native language, you have to speak Tagalog or Filipino from the beginning until the end. Alright? So that your audience will not be confused with your language. When we say also coherently, it's logical. You have to think of the technique. You have to think of the techniques you're going to use in delivering your message. And be consistent. Okay, it's inconsistently way. Be consistent with your message. Okay, you have to be prepared enough with the content. You have to search well before delivering a speech or a message or any information. You have to have a factual information, right? So that you could have an effective communication. So again, we have to remember that we have to nurture a skill that is being clear and succinct. Okay, we have to be clear, articulate, and concise with our message. And the last one for this discussion, okay. So as I told you a while ago, we are just going to have the first five, okay? The first five skills. So the fifth one is the clarifying and summarizing. So to ensure you are hearing correctly, okay, you can reflect back to clarify what you have heard. And you can also summarize what you have listened, okay, listened to from the other person. So this shows you are listening well to that person, and also it checks you if you really get the correct information, okay, that the speaker is trying to get across. So it says here that clarifying and summarizing is an essential skill to effective communication. You can clarify things. You can summarize things. Okay, but we have to remember that we should not interrupt or get across on the middle of the sentence of the speaker. Just like what I told you, right? Do not interrupt because by that time, by that instance, okay, you are already avoiding the concern of the others. So it's better for us to just let him finish, let the speaker finish first of what he or she is talking about, and then after that, you clarify things. That's the best time you can clarify, and you can summarize it by yourself. Okay? So after listening, we can generalize what we have listened or what we have understood to the message of the speaker. All right. So again, just to generalize this, the effective communication skills that we can nurture are we have the active listening, nonverbal communication, asking question, being clear and succinct, and then the fifth one, clarifying and summarizing. So next meeting we will be discussing the other four skills. All right. So those are the being empathetic, providing feedback, developing trust and rapport, and being present. So these are all the things that uh, we have to discuss.